Do you think it's a bit strange that you're sitting there as a man telling me, a woman, what a woman is?
You asked me my opinion,
I did.
And I'm setting out what I think a woman is, which, as I said, is an adult female and trans woman.
And an adult female and an adult male. So a woman is just, well, there's no such thing as a woman, is there?
Look, Julie, I think it's clear.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Julian Discourse. Before we dive in, please make sure to like and subscribe. Ever ask someone a simple question and watch them completely tie themselves in knots just to avoid answering it? That's exactly what happens here when Julia Hartley-Brewer presses a Labour MP on whether biological males should be allowed to compete in women's sports. Instead of defending common sense, watch him panic, dodge, and contradict his own argument in real time. It perfectly exposes a political establishment so trapped in radical ideology that they literally cannot define what a woman is anymore. Watch this.
Can I also ask you about something one of your colleagues, the Shadow Equalities Minister, Charlotte Nichols, had to say? This is about a trans woman swimmer, Leah Thomas, who won a women's national college race in America. A trans woman who is a fully intact biological male, beating the women. She says, as a former competitive swimmer myself, I know full well how much training is required for a title like this. Anyone trying to diminish Leah Thomas's achievement because of lazy transphobia should frankly pipe down. Huge congratulations to her. Is it lazy transphobia for a woman like myself to say that a man competing against women is not fair and is cheating and that it is ruining women's sport? Is that lazy transphobia?
I think transphobia is very real, and this debate often gets very heated, and it's very important, I think, for all of us who speak about this in public to try and take the heat out of the debate and try and approach it in a sensitive way. And actually, the Equality Act already has provisions in it whereby you have a single-sex exemption for certain activities, which includes sport. So that can allow, for instance, sport to be for men or women only.
But hold on a minute. Your own party leader, Keir Starmer, couldn't actually tell us what a woman was. He said that a woman was an adult female the other day, and then he said, and trans women are women. Well, trans women are not adult females; they are biological males. So we don't even know what a woman is. So if we're going to have a single-sex sport, how can we tell what it is? If a biological man is competing against women, he has an unfair advantage. So it's cheating, isn't it? Is that transphobia? Is that lazy transphobia, or is that a statement of fact?
I think Keir, when I heard him the other day, was very clear that women are adult females and trans women.
So he doesn't know what a woman is, because I'm a woman, I'm an adult female. A man who says he's a woman is a trans woman. That doesn't make him a woman because he's not an adult female, is he?
Well, I believe that trans women are women. And they are included, yes.
And therefore it's absolutely fine for a biological man who says that he is a woman, who's got his tackle intact, has all the benefits of male puberty, strength, height and everything, that for them to compete against women in sport is absolutely fine and fair. You think that is the case, yeah?
So the individual sporting bodies, I think, will make decisions around individual sporting events. And
well, how can they exclude trans women if trans women are women?
So the Equality Act does allow provision. So if you start from the position that the Equality Act allows a single-sex exemption, which allows certain activities, for instance, to be only participated in or taken, or for only women to be part of that, it assumes rightly that trans women are included in that.
Well, they're not.
But then allows specific exemptions, and that is a provision within the Equality Act. As I say, this is.
So you do accept that trans women aren't women then?
No, I said trans women are women. I said that.
But you could exclude some women from competing with other women because you're accepting that the trans women aren't women. Do you see how it's not possible to hold both ideas in your head at the same time?
No, I think it is, because I think actually this is a sensitive matter. This is a sensitive matter.
It is very sensitive. It's sensitive for women as well as for trans women, isn't it? When our sport is being destroyed by male competitors, and when our changing rooms, our hospital wards, and prisons and refuges have biological men walking into them who simply claim that they are women.
It's sensitive for everyone involved, which is why I started my answer by saying it's really important in my opinion, to take the heat out of this discussion and to have a calm discussion about what the law is
and what a woman
what that
is,
allows, and what that
Do you
allows,
think
and the decisions that allows people to make.
Do you think it is possible to have an unheated discussion when we cannot even agree what a woman is?
Well, I've set out how I would define.
Yes, and I don't agree with you.
And
neither does biological fact.
Part of having a debate is about recognising disagreements and having a calm, unheated discussion about it.
Do you think it's a bit strange that you're sitting there as a man telling me, a woman, what a woman is?
You asked me my opinion,
I did.
And I'm setting out what I think a woman is, which, as I said, is an adult female and trans woman.
And an adult female and an adult male. So a woman is just, well, there's no such thing as a woman, is there?
Look, Julie, I think it's clear that you and I disagree on this.
Yeah.
And as I say, trying not to have a heated discussion about this is really important to have this debate in a way that.
I think we should have very heated discussions about this. So I'm going to leave it. I know we're well over time, and I know it's very much off your remit, but really do appreciate you joining us.
Welcome back to reality. Imagine being asked to define the sky and instantly panicking because your political party hasn't given you permission to say it's blue. That is exactly what it feels like watching our political class right now. What you just witnessed is the real-time exposure of a political establishment so terrified of radical activists that they will completely abandon basic, undeniable reality. When Julia Hartley-Brewer asks a straightforward, common-sense question about fairness in women's sports, the Labour MP doesn't give a straight answer. Instead, he tries to sound bureaucratic, nervously hiding behind the Equality Act and pleading to take the heat out of the debate. Let's bring some actual facts to the table. In March 2022, a biological male named Leah Thomas, retaining the undeniable physical advantages of male puberty, took a national NCAA Division I swimming title directly away from female athletes who had trained their entire lives for that exact moment. The sheer injustice was so glaringly obvious that by June 2022, World Aquatics had to step in and effectively ban transgender athletes who had experienced male puberty from competing in women's elite events. The sporting world recognized what this politician refuses to admit out loud. But he cannot admit it because his entire party is trapped. Labour leader Keir Starmer repeatedly tied himself in knots over this exact issue, famously stating that trans women are women, and refusing to definitively say that a woman is an adult human female. When the leadership of your party cannot define basic human biology, the entire political apparatus is forced to play along with the delusion. This exchange matters because it strikes at the very core of public trust. If an elected official looks you dead in the eye and refuses to acknowledge a biological fact understood since the dawn of time, why should you trust them to manage the economy or secure the borders? They are protecting a radical activist narrative, and they are willing to sacrifice women's rights to do it.